This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here,
AKA your mama's best friend.
NBA 2K21, as I've already mentioned before, has updated the rosters because of free agency, and some teams got a lot better. And what I want to do is I want to get the average rating of all the players on a team. I want to see who has the most improved ratings compared to the teams before the free agency and after, and see the 5 teams that got the biggest upgrades in the NBA. Before this video starts though, be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. Let's get to 300,000 subscribers. Let's go. So I'm going to start with 2 honorable mentions. The first one is actually kind of heartbreaking, and that is the Golden State Warriors, because according to 2K, they went from the 13th best team in the NBA. Now they're supposed to be the 3rd best team, just behind the Lakers and the Nets. Yeah, apparently the Nets is supposed to be the best team in the league, but besides that, yeah, the Warriors. They were supposed to be really good this year. But as you already know, Klay Thompson got injured. So if you account for Klay Thompson being injured, they're back to the 13th best team in the NBA, which means they have not changed from last year. I do think they're going to be better than last year. Like, the record is going to be better. I even think they might make the playoffs because you have Andrew Wiggins, who is a great scorer, we already know, and Kelly Oubre, who can also get 19 a game. And you still have Steph Curry, and you still have Draymond Green that's going to fit the system, and you have Eric Pascal, and an amazing rookie with James Wiseman. They're supposed to be good, but they lost one of the most important players, and that's a big problem. The other honorable mention is the Knicks. Listen, man, when everyone else gets worse, so you get better, doesn't mean that you got better. They got a little bit better. They went from the 30th, so the worst team in the NBA, to the 28th, but the only reason is because 2 teams, which were the Thunder and also the Pistons, got a lot worse, like a lot worse. Not because the Knicks got better, they went up. That's basically what's going on. They do have Alec Burks, who is a great scorer, and they have Obi Toppin, and hopefully RJ Barrett becomes that guy next season, but like, there's no guarantee they're going to be good at all, so I can't increase them or call them better when we don't even know. Okay, so starting at number 5 most improved team is the Charlotte Hornets, from 29 to 27th. Yeah, not the biggest upgrade, but it's for the basic reason they added Gordon Hayward. They paid him a lot of money. They believe Gordon Hayward is what they needed to take him into the playoffs. It's probably not going to work. I mean, Gordon Hayward's not a bad NBA player, 17.5 points per game on 50% field goal percentage, on almost 38% 3, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. So he's a great scorer. He can score on all levels of the game, and before he got injured, he was averaging 22 points per game. And as the 4th option on a team, I think averaging 18 is pretty good, if we're just going to be honest. But you're 30 years old, and you're not going to get better from here on out. Well, at least we're assuming. So yeah, you might score like 22, 23 next season. And I think Devontae Graham is good. I think Terry Rozier is okay. I think Cody Zeller played solid last year. I think PJ Washington is coming up slowly. He's going to be good. And you have LaMelo Ball, and Miles Bridges is solid and young. So they have a lot of young talent. Like, this could be something. But on paper, I don't really see them being like that much better, but they're better. At number 4 on the list, it is the Pelicans, from the 16th best team in the NBA now to the 14th best team in the NBA, according to NBA 2K21. So Brandon Ingram is still your best player, tied with Zion Williamson, but these two are probably going to get even better next season, which is just crazy to think about. You replace Drew Holiday with Eric Bledsoe. According to 2K, they're the same player, but I think we can all agree Drew Holiday is very better than Eric Bledsoe. But you still have an okay point guard. You get Steven Adams. This is the big pickup. You have an amazing starting center for your team that's going to help Zion Williamson a lot. There's going to be a lot of pick and rolls with him that's going to work very well, and I think it's going to be solid. JJ Redick's going to have a bigger role, and assuming Lonzo Ball got a lot better this season, who knows how good this team is going to be. They should be pretty solid. And you have a great backup center with Willie Hernangomez. Gomez. I mean, these are good pickups for sure. At number 3 on the list, it is the Dallas Mavericks. There's a lot of reasons why they're expected to go up from the 11th team now to the 9th team in the NBA, so now they're considered a top 10 team. They're going to be one of the better teams in the West for sure. Luka Doncic is only going to get better from here on out. Kristaps Porzingis, if he can stay healthy, should also only be getting better. So, he was averaging 20 points per game, but there was parts of the season when he was averaging 30, especially when Luka Doncic was out. He was carrying the team and getting wins as the only player basically on the team. Plus, you add Josh Richardson, who's going to be basically your 3rd scorer and can play good defense. So this is going to help them out a lot. They needed some 3rd option. It's going to be beautiful for them, even though he only averages 14. He was averaging 17 with Miami. Even though it's not the great efficiency, you can still shoot threes, or he can still shoot threes. And he's a solid playmaker, and he's a good defender. And that's going to help out this team a lot. When you still have Tim Hardaway Jr. that's going to be scoring, and you add James Johnson, I think this is going to help the team out a lot. And I think they'll be even better than last year just off of Josh Richardson alone. At number 2, I think the most slept on team in this free agency is the Houston Rockets. They literally went from everyone saying that James Harden and Russell Westbrook was gone and out and they were going to lose them. Now they've added DeMarcus Cousins, who, if he can just be half of what he was, that's a huge pickup for this team. You have Christian Wood, who is amazing. That 80 overall does not do him justice. That 13 points per game is not doing him justice. When he was playing at the second end of the season with the Pistons, he was destroying it, averaging, I think, almost 20 a game that second half of the year. Before COVID, obviously, and he was still averaging that ridiculous field goal percentage, and he gets a lot of rebounds. I think he is going to be disgusting for this team and going to help them out a lot. You still have Eric Gordon as your small forward, and your bench is not bad at all. Listen to me when I say this. They abandoned this stupid mindset that you have to play small ball, and they got themselves some bigs that are going to help the team out a lot. This is huge for the Rockets, and it's a very smart move, and I really like Silas as the coach. I think this team is completely turned around, and they, in my opinion, can't compete. They went from the 14th best team to the 11th, but you have 2 MVPs on your team, and that can change everything. And finally, at number 1, you're probably not going to be surprised with this one, the Atlanta Hawks. Look at the difference in this team from the 25th team in the NBA now to the 15th. That's 10 overalls difference, and there's a reason. Obviously, you already have Trae Young, who's only going to get better next season. You have John Collins, who also will only get better next season. Both guys are 20-point per game scorers, at least. Actually, 30-point per game scorer for Trae Young. And you add Danilo Gallinari, a 20-point per game scorer. You add Clint Capella, who is an amazing defensive center that can get rebounds and also score when needed to in lobs. You have Rajon Rondo, one of the smartest point guards in the NBA. You have the rookie Onyeka, who's clearly going to be good. One of the best defending point guards in the NBA with Chris Dunn you've added. And on top of that, which I haven't even taken into account for because they haven't gotten them yet, they're probably going to get Bogdan Bogdanovic, or they can, which will increase them even more to a top 10 team. The Hawks are coming. I mean, I think they're definitely a playoff team in the East for sure, at least. But yeah, definitely a good team right now on paper, and who knows if they're going to be able to succeed in the season, but I think they can because they look disgusting so far. These are the most improved teams according to NBA 2K21 on the next generation. Which team do you think I forgot, or which team do you think 2K is sleeping on? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time. If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there.